Hello, Word Family. Welcome back. This is the Word Woman, Johanna Queenie. Thank you for tuning in again. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Those of you who are new, welcome. We talk about faith, hope, and love, everything about daily life and how to handle issues from the Word perspective. So, let's dive into this story time, which I have called Coming Out of the Closet. All right, so when I talked about Shine Your Eyes, and that video was focused on abuse, just with everything that happened with the gospel artist called Osinachi Nwachukwu that passed in Nigeria. So just talking about how we need to be intentional and knowledgeable enough and wise enough to avoid getting into situations that could take our lives. Anyway, watch the video. That's the link right there if you haven't watched it yet. So, I mentioned I was in a relationship and I got out of the relationship. And I put a disclaimer there, not for any kind of abuse, as you would say it. But let me just begin by saying anything that bothers you so much, that makes you to become depressed, even within yourself. It might not be because of anybody, just within yourself. And it's something that you know the root cause of. You can be abusing yourself emotionally if you refuse to get out of that situation, or if you refuse to handle it appropriately, especially when you know the way out or you know what the answer is. So a lot of people do not really understand why I got out of that relationship. And I know people have had questions over the years. And even my fiance at the time refused to understand why. The only legitimate answer could be, oh, maybe she has found somebody else or whatever. Anyway, coming out of the closet, this is it. Straight up. I'm not trying to hide anything or coat anything. So before I got married, I was in a previous relationship, and the relationship lasted for about 3 years. And I was in my junior year of college, which is my third year. He was a senior getting out of college. And I guess he was good friends with a family friend of ours who was his mentor. And looks like they had a conversation where they were asking him about relationship-wise. Are you not dating anybody? Are you not looking out for anyone? What are you doing? I'm not sure if I was recommended to him, because prior to our coming together, we have never really had a conversation. But anyway, he came to me and said he would like to begin a relationship with me. I said, I will think about it. At the time, there were other people asking me for my hand in marriage or to start a relationship, which I didn't really consider. But for some reason, I said, I will think about it. Now, looking back, I believe I said I would think about it because I knew the person behind him, which was his mentor, right? And just having faith in those people and seeing this guy who I know for sure is a good guy, Christian guy, loving, caring, and everything a woman would desire, I said yes when he came back for an answer. So the second half of the second year in the relationship, of course, I was more mature now. I had lost my peace, my joy, and everything about this relationship, and I just wanted way out. Told my mom about it, and she was like, oh no, you can't do that. He's a really nice guy. You're going to break his heart. My mom loved him to life. Bless my mom's soul. Loved him to life. Oh, he hasn't done anything wrong. Did he hurt you in any way? No, Mom. Then why do you want to break up with him? Why do you want to do this? That is not fair. That is not nice. She said some things. And what would people say? His family has come here to formally... Oh, no, this is before his family came over. Which is his mentor, was like family to him as well. So his family knows about it and all that. Yeah, they did know that we're dating at the time, right? And I think I had gone to his family house, but there was nothing fun, just that way in a relationship. So I said, okay. So it came for the time for him and his parents to officially come to my parents and say, we found a beautiful flower in your garden. That's how they say it in the African setting. And would like to pluck that flower, which was their daughter. So, of course, they're going to ask the girl, do you know this person? Yes, you've been dating for a while. Are you willing to spend the rest of your life with him? Of course, obviously, I said yes. 6 months into saying yes, I just wasn't happy. Not that he had done anything really wrong with me. To me, he was the nicest guy ever. If I say jump, he would say, how high should I jump? Loving, caring, really wanted to attend to all of my needs, was always there, listening ears. I just lost the connection. Making plans for the future, I just wasn't seeing him in the plan. And that was really important to me. So now, I truly did not ask God before telling him yes. So now this time I had to retreat back to say, God, I'm really not finding peace in this relationship. I need a way out of it. Or if this is where you want me to be, I need to have my joy, my peace back. I need to see him in the future, in my future. So prayed, still wasn't getting my peace. So I was like, God, I'm going to not tell my mom this time. I'm going to go to my dad. If he agrees with me, then I'm good. So, and really, he wasn't even close to my dad. He was really super close to my mom. So, moving forward, I traveled back home. I was no longer in my city, the city where my parents were. I went back home, talked to my dad about it, had a conversation, father and daughter. He's like, oh, okay, this is what you really want? I'm like, yes, Dad. Have you told your mom? And I said, I did 6 months ago, and she wasn't buying it. She convinced me out of my will to say yes. So he's like, okay, I'll talk to her and go ahead and do what you are being led to do. So I finally broke the news to him saying, I'm sorry, I don't know if I led you on, but because I believe that this isn't a courtship or even engagement, it's a time where you plan your future together, you know yourselves better, you decide if you really can make it as life partners. And at this point, I'm not saying that, and I cannot just get married to you because of what will people say, or, oh, you're going to break his heart. If I'm not the person, there's always someone out there for you. Thankfully, he's married now with his family. There is someone out there for you that will align with your vision, your dreams, your goals, and your hopes. But at this point, it's not me. I'm not going to marry you just because I feel sorry that I'm going to break your heart. I'm sorry this has to happen. But I would rather have a broken relationship or a broken engagement than have a broken marriage. And so I would like to discontinue this relationship. Now, if you're not convinced, I will say, let's just take a break and see how it goes from here. Anyway, that was the end of our relationship. Was I heartbroken? Yes. Because you've dedicated your love to someone for almost 3 years. And now you just say it's over. It wasn't easy for me. But people thought, oh, she just moved on. They said a lot of things. But again, this was not about Dan. This was about me and my life and my future. Thankfully, Romans 8:28, all things work together for good to them that love God and to them who are called according to his purpose. If you think you're in a relationship right now and you got in just out of emotional feelings or, oh, I want to be in a relationship, all my friends are in a relationship, they talk with their boyfriends or their girlfriends and I have nobody. If that's the reason why, that is a wrong motive for getting into that relationship. You have to have a rethink. Now, if it's going well and you are in love, your visions, your goals are in sync, perfect, to God be the glory. But if you are not in sync right now and you're feeling that you need to get out of that relationship, but for the sake of those outside of it that do not even know what's going on inside of it, you are still hanging on, my dear, it is better to have a broken engagement, a broken courtship than to have a broken marriage. Now, sometimes people say, oh, he wasn't like this before, he changed. Sometimes there was no change. That person was like that. You just didn't see it because your eyes were blinded with love. If you are not married yet, but you feel that that is God's choice for you, you have to do some real work before you make it a lifetime commitment. So, I'm not trying to preach a second message here. I'm just saying it is okay to walk away, especially when you are not married, than to try to stay put just because you want to be a MRS, Mrs., or you want to talk about my husband with other people. But what you are displaying outside is not what is really inside the home or in the midst of the relationship. I will leave Proverbs 3 verse 5 with you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding or calculation. In all your ways, acknowledge God, and He will direct your path. I went into that first relationship because I did not acknowledge God. God was acknowledged in it, but He wasn't asked before walking into it. I just walked into it and felt like, oh, God will just bless it and give me peace and give me joy and make everything to be what it's going to be or what it should be, right? From me just saying yes. God always has that one person for you. And I pray that you will not make a mistake in your waiting season. And as you wait or you are in that relationship and you see these red flags, you are wise enough to seek help, to seek counsel, or to step away for a season or maybe forever. Thankfully, that ex-fiancé today is married, has his own family. He's even in ministry. I'm married, I have my own family. I'm in ministry. But you see, in ministry, but in different paths, with different vision, with different goals. So, I pray that the Lord will expand this word in your heart. If you have a similar experience, or you've had, or you know someone in a similar situation right now that needs help, please leave a comment below or email me at thewordwoman@gmail.com. I will talk to you in my next video. Maybe I'm going to sit down and talk about how I met my spouse. God bless and keep you. Make His face shine upon you. Give you the wisdom you need, the guidance you need, and the strength that you need to tackle the challenges that come with relationships and in relationships. In Jesus' mighty name, amen and amen. God bless you. Shalom.